Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, damn me to the zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick.
Hey, hello, hi peeps. It's your home slice, Dami Zane, in the building. Welcome to the Unpicked podcast show. I am here today with my co-host, Venom.
What's good?
Yeah, man. I'm here every time with my co-host, Venom. Or he's here with me. If you're new to our channel, welcome, and I hope you enjoy and hit the subscribe button. And if you are returning, welcome back. From the title of this episode, you can see that we'll mainly be talking about dating younger women. We'll also, I know, right? And we also have some hot topics where we'll be discussing Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, as well as some of the Kanye rants that we've been seeing lately. So without any delay, I'm going to hand it over to Venom because he's got some questions for me.
I do indeed. My turn to put Dami in the hot seat for a little bit of this or that. This time I came with a theme. The theme is called One Has to Go and all of their work.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the first one is William Shakespeare, Tupac Shakur.
That's a good one.
I'm
Do you know why I'm struggling? Do you know why I'm struggling? Yeah, because with Shakespeare, literary works won't be the way it is now without him.
Exactly.
But there's rumours that he didn't really write his work anyway and he had ghostwriters. So I'm guessing it might be the same or similar
But he was the vehicle. You wouldn't have that vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my rationale is that we would have had the same sort of work, but from somebody else.
Put it this way. If we didn't have...
With Tupac Shakur, I love his music. And if all of his work is gone, then I don't know how I feel about it. It's tough. I'm going to go for... I'm not going to be happy with either one, so I'm just going to do Shakespeare.
It's who you're picking. He's got to go.
I had to do because, I mean...
But he's who you're picking, or he is who had to go?
He's the one who has to go.
Okay.
I've
Shakespeare and all his work, boy.
I left it to chance. I can't.
No Macbeth, no Romeo and Juliet. Damn. Pivotal. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Next one is Stan Lee or Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs can go. Damn.
Because Apple was founded by two people, not just Steve, right?
Yeah, but it was Steve. It was Steve and another guy. But Steve made Apple what it is today.
Yeah, it was founded by three people. So yeah, by Steve.
Damn.
Next.
She uses a Mac laptop anyway. And the final one.
I know, and an Apple phone.
You know?
Can you imagine? Apple Watch, everything Apple.
And the final one. Martin Luther King or Malcolm X?
By Malcolm.
Damn, that was quick. That was your quickest. Can I ask why?
I just prefer Martin.
Okay.
You could have made it harder by saying Nelson Mandela. Then I would have really been in a conundrum. but you didn't. So it is what it is.
It is what it is indeed. Kanye West. Kanye been ranting.
Been ranting.
He's been talking about his fashion. He's been talking about people making decisions at Gap, at Adidas. He's been talking about Kim making decisions about his kids and where they go to school. Talking about co-parenting and how they should go to school 3 days at one school, 2 days at another. Absolutely ridiculous. Kanye just be talking. And I was saying this is the first time I think I've experienced Kanye from the regular human perspective. And it's just annoying.
Praise God. Praise God.
It's just annoying. I'm like, blood, stop talking. Like, you chose to work with Gap. You chose to work with Adidas. You chose to breed up Kim. Bruh.
Didn't he start up some school called Donda or something like that?
Yeah, he's got his own school. I understand 100% why he would want his kids to go to his own school. That makes sense. Elon Musk made his own school and his kids go to his school. I get that. Especially, well, one, if you're a billionaire, I understand why you wouldn't want your kids that far away or like not in an institution that you personally control. I can understand that. But also, if you're a creative, which those two people are, then I can understand how you would come to the idea that actually you could make a school and your education system would be better than the status quo. But how you gonna have all these hopes and dreams for your kids but be in bed with a Kardashian? Like, it don't make sense.
I'm not gonna judge Kanye's decision to date Kim. I mean, I have my feelings about it, but it's happened now. And then, of course, they've divorced. But I find their relationship strange. I would be surprised if they get back together.
They're bare weird.
At some point. They're very weird.
When she needs him, when she's in dire straits financially, not dire straits like she ain't got money. She will never not have money. But when she wants to be more up than whatever currently is.
I guess when it's time for like creative input, she will lean on Kanye. She admitted that Skims, her line, was pretty much Kanye that created it. So yeah, she will lean on him, and she always talks about how she'll always have love for him. He is the father of her kids, blah blah blah, all that jazz. I feel like Kanye, sometimes I feel like, Kanye, are you going through another like episode, or are you just a weird person, you know? Because half the stuff he comes up with, it has no rhyme or logic. Like, I'm just like, he's just talking. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
To me, it makes sense. It's just, at what point are you like gonna take accountability for the fact that you made these decisions? You chose all of these people to work with. Like, this is actually your own doing. Like,
you can decide to work with people, and then it's not what you thought it was gonna be, or it's not what. Do you know what I mean?
I 100%
didn't turn out
how you hoped.
Turn out how you had hoped or how you had envisaged. And also, people can break contracts or, you know, paint something a certain way when it's not, you know, like missell something. The stuff that I don't agree with is where he's done things like shared Kim's personal stuff in his rants. But I got the sense that he was doing too much, even when she was dating Pete, and he was saying way too much. And it's like, this is not going to help you. Like, if all it takes is for Kim to be like, okay, now I'm going to file for full custody of the kids. And they pull up all these screenshots and stuff of what Kanye has said in the past. I don't think it will do him any favors. So I feel like he needs to just keep quiet.
I don't think she wants to do that ever, though, because
she doesn't want to. She's got too much power, is what I'm saying. Like, she could decide one day that I've had enough of this crap, yeah, I'm going to file for full custody. And she's got enough evidence to show that he's not okay. Or she's got enough evidence to strengthen her argument that he's not okay. Whether that is the case or not, she's got enough to paint that picture. And that's what irritates me. It's like, Kanye, like, keep quiet. You know? And yeah, he shouldn't have dated Kim in the first place. I mean, but
Really.
I can't hand on heart say that if he had chosen another woman, the situation would be different, or if he had chosen a coloured woman, things would be different. Do you know what I
Colored,
mean?
you
Because
know,
now,
a whole a whole
yeah, because you
colored.
know why? Because some people have this issue that, oh, you know, black men, like this feeds into what I'm saying is feeding into the whole narrative that, oh, when a man is successful, a black man is successful, sorry, he goes for a Caucasian woman or a woman um that is ambiguous, you know, in terms of where she's from. Kim definitely plays, she can play the ambiguous card very well. She's Armenian, but a lot of the time she's played off being mixed. She's played off being white. She can do both looks. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, so a lot of people, when I remember when Kanye even got with her in the first place, so many black women were not happy about it. Like, they were like, oh my gosh, here we go again, dating someone who's not black. And I've also seen, especially on TikTok comments and stuff, because people are brutal on there, man. They really say their mind. Saying stuff like, well, this wouldn't have happened if and I just think I can't hand on heart say that. So
Yeah, I'm definitely not claiming
he
that.
chose who he
I'm not
chose.
claiming anything about her color. I'm talking
So
about her character, boy.
yeah, as you lay your bed, so you shall
Mm-hmm.
lie in it, right? Fair enough. But like, keep some things just between you. The internet doesn't need to see it. I'm pretty sure she's got information she could share about him. She's choosing not to, and you know what? It just makes her look like the better person in the whole situation. Something else that I saw recently, and we've spoken about Aries Spears already. We spoke about him in our last
Yeah. Who knew?
episode. I feel like since the Lizzo thing, things are gonna just be coming out of the woodwork with this guy. Like, I feel like it, you know, when no one was really talking about you, no one was talking about you. No one was talking about you. We knew who you were, but we weren't talking about you. You now fixed your lips to speak about somebody, and now it's not, if the dust hasn't even settled, something else has come up. So for those that might not know, Aries Spears has come up again alongside Tiffany Haddish. They've been sued for child
Being sued. They are
abuse.
being sued. They're not. They're not. It's not passed
Oh,
yet.
yeah, my bad. Thank you, thank you. They are being sued for allegedly abusing a child by two siblings, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There was a skit that they filmed. Real quick before I even go into it. Trigger warning. Because wow, trigger warning. Essentially, Tiffany Haddish was playing a parent of a child, a boy, and Aries was meant to be the uncle.
Yeah.
And she left her child with Aries, and then Robert Kelly's music starts to play. I don't know. I can't remember. Was it Bump and Grind? I can't remember.
I think so.
And then he's eyeing up the child in that way. And then eventually, over some time, the child starts to see him in that way as well. And then, yeah, I'm just going to stop the story from there. But it was meant to be a skit around this sort of behavior. And yeah, what are your thoughts, Venom?
Right.
What are your thoughts? Yeah.
So
what are your thoughts?
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So with comedy, I get it in terms of trying to do something, thinking it's funny, and then looking at that same thing in another time with your new lens, and it 100% not being funny.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened in this case, because it's really not funny, but obviously things like that have become a real topic of conversation with regards to the whole case and allegations that came out about R. Kelly, for example. Back then, it was rumors. Now, it's actually like, you know what I mean? It's been played out in the media. We've seen the documentary. We've heard the confessions and the accounts, etc., from all the people involved, or some of the people involved. So it's a very different story, and you can't make light of it anymore. It's not funny anymore. So that part, 100%, it's not funny. What doesn't help is that it's really not like a well delivered skit where it's like it's not. It actually doesn't have the sparkles or the qualities of a skit where you can see that's the part that's meant to be funny.
Budget.
It's just very slow. Budget. It doesn't have the right finesse. So it just looks really bad. I obviously don't really know, and they're going through the case right now. So we're yet to find out what really took place as to why these two individuals are claiming that Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish have sexually abused them. But in terms of the skit itself, it's just like really poor taste and really badly made. And that's what I took away from it. It was just like, I don't know who thought that was funny. And I don't know who edited the final thing and was like, yeah, we can put this out. Like, this is...
Do you know what? I mean, there would have been a production crew. So there would have been people that filmed it. They would have had to ask the parents for permission. Then there would have been the people that edited it and then put it out there.
Yeah.
Not to even speak of whoever wrote it, because we don't even know if they wrote it themselves, this whole skit from beginning to end. Like, they might have had co-writers and stuff. So there's a lot of people involved in this whole thing. And it's like, how did any of you... As an editor myself, no one can come to me and be like, oh, I've got this skit, Dammy. Can you edit it? You know? I would be like, not me, not I. No. Yeah, so it makes me question everyone that was involved. I know that when it comes to comedy, I'm not a comedian, so I probably don't feel any sentiment towards the work, but I feel like there's a line in it. Like, you can take the piss out of people and you can take the piss out of situations, but there's certain things you just shouldn't go there. You just shouldn't go there. You just shouldn't go there. And this is one of those things. I don't know if they were trying to make awareness of the situation, but then if you're trying to make awareness of a situation like that, why would you do it in jest? You know?
I mean, but they are comedians.
What's funny about it? But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a line. I feel like there should be a line for comedians. You know, there's certain lines you shouldn't cross. There's certain topics you shouldn't make jokes about. And that's one of them, because there's a lot of people that have probably been in that predicament, that probably have been victims of such things, and it's not funny.
Yeah, I think.
Why would you think it would be funny? Do you know? So. Yeah, that's my
do you know what? It's a really tricky one, because I mean, I think that particular scenario it's really awkward because there's an actual child there. I think that's where it is weird, rather than an adult playing a child or something, whatever. But the reason why I find it so tricky, and ultimately it's Dave Chappelle is the main thing that is conflicting my mind, because Dave Chappelle. Not that he's made a joke in this area.
I know where you're going.
But he always picks topics that, like, what should I not joke about? Oh, this. Cool. That's where I'm going to start writing. So, and he does it well, but he's a master of his craft. And again, he's very aware of many audiences. And then...
Remember the Dave Chappelle show?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So recently I rewatched it, because... Back in the day, I don't think anyone saw any problems with the Dave Chappelle show.
Nah, big problems.
It was just funny.
Ridiculous.
Hella funny. Because he did the whole R. Kelly, I'm going to pee on you. He did all of that. Like, drip. All the racial...
Pee on you.
Yeah. drip, sorry. Yeah, oh my God, that song.
It's amazing. But that show was wild. And that's why he stopped it.
Exactly. So I watched it again. I was about to start singing the song, and you stopped me. So thank God, because in 2022, it's not acceptable. Especially with the fact that he used an R. Kelly song. Oh, Lord. Anyway, I watched it again recently. from beginning to end. I've just finished it again because I like the classics, and Dave Chappelle's a classic.
100%.
And I was like, wow, I still cackled, right? But at the same time, I was like, should I be laughing at this? Because some of this is very, inappropriate,
I love it.
But even Dave Chappelle hasn't broached this topic.
And that's saying something.
And that's saying something.
That's saying something.
He's taking the piss out of our Kells. He's taking the piss out of racism. Like, he's taking the piss out of a lot of things, yeah? But this one, no. Anything to do with this sort of abuse, he's not done it.
To be fair, I don't think he's actually made jokes about any type of abuse.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because it's distasteful.
It is. And he's a very tasteful comedian with being distasteful at the same time.
Yeah, with racism, all black people have experienced racism, but we can laugh about it. I mean, remember Boondocks?
Boondocks, amazing again. Yeah, amazing.
Right. With Uncle
Ruckus.
Uncle Ruckus. A black man that's racist against his own kind. Everyone found that funny. That was hilarious.
That was beyond hilarious.
You know what I mean? And then there was similar sorts of jokes that Dave Chappelle would make on his skits on his show. So like black people have been able to laugh at it for a long time. I reckon if it was a white person that was making them jokes, it wouldn't be funny. But because it's a black person and we're all black, do you know what I mean? It was like, okay, it's quite endearing. We can laugh about it. But saying that some people probably don't like Dave Chappelle for that reason. And if you don't like Dave Chappelle, then I don't know. I'm going to judge you, I'm going to judge you because how can you not,
Dave Chappelle's
and
a
if
guy.
you don't, I don't mind losing followers over that, to be honest, because, I mean, it's Dave Chappelle. Come on. He's my favourite out of all of them.
Oh, 100%. He's amazing.
We could laugh at that. So the racist jokes, we could do that. The R. Kelly jokes, at the time, everyone was making R. Kelly jokes, but Dave Chappelle's R. Kelly jokes was just up here. Do you know what I mean? His Prince jokes, do you know what I mean? Like he just did it. He was another level. He was, but he never broached abuse.
Nah.
The only pain, and that's why I spoke about the racist jokes, is that's the only pain. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean by pain? That traumatic thing that he would joke about was racism. Outside of that, nah, he wasn't joking about any other type of abuse, like domestic or whatever. None of that. So put some respect on his name. So, but anyway, I expected more from Tiffany. Aries,
You're just not rating him.
I rated Aries Spears for his impressions because he does fantastic impressions. Yeah, like his Jay-Z impression, "It's your boy" and all that is lit. Yeah, so I rated him for that. But he's not Dave Chappelle level. Do you know what I mean? He's not.
Yeah,
he's not even Cedric the Entertainer level. He's not. Do you know what I mean? Like there's levels to this stand-up comedy thing, and Aries is not there. Do you know what I'm saying?
I really liked Aries as a stand-up comedian. He really has just like shown his ass with the delivery of the Lizzo commentary, and then again, it's like him and Tiffany are now showing their ass with the delivery of this old sketch, which I don't know where it came out from. Oh, it's shown up because of the case actually, but yeah. But
yeah, you saw me turning around because I'm making sure that Toby's okay. Sorry about that. No, I feel like I said, Aries is a good comedian. I've said that already.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's levels to this. If I was going to name my top 3, Aries wouldn't be there.
No, 100%.
You know
he's not going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really expect much of him anyway. But Tiffany, I did. I'll be honest. And I don't know if it's because she's a woman.
I think it is.
Probably. But I kind of expected more from her. And because we kind of know about her background and she hasn't had an easy life. So why would you, do you know what I mean? But okay. But yeah, she has spoken out. She said that they're currently going through the case. So there's a lot that she's not that she can't really discuss. And she's acknowledged that it was a distasteful skit and it wasn't funny. That at the time she didn't see it that way, but definitely now she sees why it wasn't funny. And yeah, she's apologized. But yeah, we'll wait to see what comes out of the case for that, I guess. Yeah.
Definitely. So the main topic today is, I mean, how really should I introduce it? Is it
however you feel like?
the young man on a, I say young, you know, Jesus Christ, man was in his 30s. A fella in his 30s on a podcast said that he...
Surprise. Sorry.
Surprise would be me also saying that he's black, which he is.
Surprise.
He said that he loves dating younger women. Loves. And
what was the age group?
The age is 21 to 25. That's the sweet spot. Loves it. And then the co-host in the interview highlighted his age, which was 33, and he said, "Yeah, but that's the age that I go for. I love it." And I couldn't agree more. Not that I'm single, but I couldn't agree more with what he said.
What was his,
I just wouldn't.
What was his reason? What was his reason?
His reasoning was because girls at that age are more malleable as characters, which everybody would be because you're younger. He said they've had less bad experiences, so they're less negative in their outlook. They give you grace because they haven't had the experiences to tell them otherwise. And that was genuinely it, I think.
Yeah, I agree with those attributes that he expressed.
That's not what you're saying.
No, I agree with the attributes.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I agree with
so what do you disagree with?
Attributes that he expressed in that younger women, yes, they would be, and I keep saying this, I've said this in the past. Younger women may not be as experienced as an older woman because she's not experienced as much heartbreak. She's not dated as many people. She's not, she's not had opportunity to understand what she will and will not accept, because she's not had that experience. So that's why when he's talking about she gives more grace, of course she's going to give more grace because she's not experienced the heartbreak yet until she meets that 33-year-old who gives her the heartbreak. And then she's like, I'm never going to deal with that again. He's manipulative. You can, even the use of the word malleable means you can twist and turn her and mold her into what you want her to be. Of course you can do that. That's a control.
Not necessarily a control.
Yes, but the words he used was she's more malleable.
Yeah.
So that means he wants to be able to, shape her. That's what being malleable is, isn't it? You can shape, you can mold them into what you want them to be. That's controlling. I want them to be a certain type of way, so I can shape them to be that. You can do that with a younger woman more than you can do with an older woman who knows who she is, and she's on the path to knowing who she is. Not that I don't think you can ever know who you are till you die, to be honest, because we're always changing, but that's a digression. But do you know what I mean? She's gonna be more, okay, babe, what do you say, babe? My man likes me to do this. I fell into the trap. I did that too. I don't think that it lasts, personally. I think you can do that whilst they're young, but I feel like a man like that will just keep having to change her out, swap her out for a younger model, because as she gets older and she starts to realise that he's being controlling and he's actually a dickhead, she'll just be like, I'm out. It might take her a while, and then he'll be the heartbreak that she never experienced before. He will be the lesson that she never experienced before, and then she will go on to be this older woman that he's talking about, that he has problems with.
I don't think he said that.
And then he'll swap her in for another one. No, we didn't watch the whole clip. We saw 60 seconds of it, where he was going on about how she's more malleable, she gives more grace. So basically he's saying she allows me to do whatever I like. An older woman wouldn't.
That's not necessarily what he said.
That's what I got from it. That's what I got from it,
Yeah.
For young women, older men will always be more desirable, because as a woman, as girls, we're told that men are not mature. A man your age is not the same, hasn't got the same maturity as you. You want to go for an older man. An older man will be ready to settle down. He's more likely to want to settle down. He's going to be more mature. He's going to potentially be more settled in life, so more likely to be ready to buy a house if he's not got one already, more likely to have a car, more likely to have a proper career, likely to have money, more likely to be able to provide. So women will always find older men desirable, and likewise, men will always find younger women desirable because fertility plays a big part in it. Because she's more innocent and he's more, like he said, she's more malleable. She's more likely to give more grace. She's more likely to be what he would deem positive because she's not pulling him up on his crap. She's letting him get away with it. So
doesn't have to be crap though.
To him, oh, she's more positive for that reason. So yeah, I think, and another one, younger women are more attractive, you know, because she's younger, she's more fresh, she doesn't have as many wrinkles, her boobies aren't saggy.
I don't think he spoke about looks at all.
No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about him.
Okay.
I'm talking more generally. The status quo is younger women love older men and older men love younger women. That's the status quo, right? I think that I'm tired of this conversation, if I'm going to be very honest with you, because as an older woman, I still get guys moving to me. I have absolutely no problem getting into a relationship, and I'm an older woman, and I've had negative experiences. I've had heartbreak. I have higher expectations in terms of what I will and would not accept. And when I say higher expectations, I'm talking about the negative stuff. Like, I'm not going to accept someone disrespecting me or cheating on me or gaslighting me or trying to emotionally abuse me, physically abuse me, mentally abuse me. I'm not going to accept any of that. And those are positive things. Those are things that I expect every woman, young or older, to have. Those are the standards I expect a woman to have. Period. So I don't think that this narrative of younger women, like younger women are better than older women. I just think it's rubbish. I feel like we're in a society where time and time again, women are being somewhat policed for aging or choosing to date later in life. Or you might be in a predicament like me where you did date from young and you did stick in a relationship from young and you did sow into that relationship and you did build with that person. It just didn't work out. So I hate having to hear as an older woman, oh yeah, men prefer younger women. What do you want women like me? How do you want women like me to feel about that? When I know that every time I step outside, every time I go out, a man moves to me. Like, there's no event that I've been to this 2022. There's no event that I've been to where a guy hasn't moved to me. At least one guy has moved to me. And I don't think I'm the best thing since sliced bread, you know, and I'm not in my early 20s. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not struggling. So this narrative that older women struggle to date, I think it's bull, and I'm tired of it. If I'm going to be very frank with you, I'm very tired of it.
But when did they say that older women struggle to date?
Being older or being younger doesn't actually change whether or not you are more positive, whether you give more grace or not. It doesn't make a difference. If you're the right guy, if you're someone that treats me with respect, if you're someone that shows me that you consider me, you hold me to high regard, you respect me, all of those lovely things, then I am going to be more malleable for you. I will let you make decisions. I will let you lead. I let guys lead anyway. I will respect you back. I will give you grace when you mess up here and there, if that's what you're affording me back. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think age makes a difference about that. I think it's about, are you both compatible? Are you both showing each other the love and respect that you need to show each other? And if you're both showing each other that respect, those things will naturally happen. I think if you're choosing to go for younger women for those reasons, then it means it doesn't look good to me. It makes me feel like, okay, then you're one step away from being a predator then, because you just want someone you can control. And why does age has nothing to do with that? If that makes sense, if you get where I'm coming from.
To a degree. I think, I don't know, I feel like there's blurred lines between some of the things that you're saying and some of the things that, I guess, the themes that he was trying to express. Because my understanding from what he was saying is just that, yeah, I think it's the same sentiments I've shared anyway, which is that I think that early on in life, everybody is far more optimistic because you have less experience of negative.
Not everyone.
So you have
'cause
less to draw on.
far younger men are not optimistic to be in relationships like that. In their early 20s. In your early 20s, was you ready to settle down? Was you ready to
No, but that
be
wasn't my
somebody's-
intention. But it doesn't mean I wasn't optimistic. My optimism was based in something else. Like my optimism was, these girls are going to be out for a good time.
Okay, yeah,
etc.
I already know where you're going with this. Not sorry to cut you off, but we're talking about relationships. We're not talking about having a good time. We're not talking about FWB or just having sex with someone. We're talking about relationship. And younger women, yes, from a younger age, tend to have that fairy tale outlook of life that I'm going to meet my Prince Charming. The guy I'm going to be with, he's going to be my man. I'm going to fall in love. That's how women think, even from a younger age. So if you're in your 30s, what I was saying was younger men don't think that way. Men don't think that way. So if you're older guy,
but
well, maybe a bit later they start thinking about, okay, I'm ready to get into a relationship. Women are ready for relationship from way before. Like we tell ourselves from secondary school that I really like that guy. I want to be with him. We're not thinking.
I think it's the other way around.
Really?
Yeah.
I just asked you in your early 20s if you were ready to settle down. You said no.
Yeah, but you
wasn't
about
looking
20s.
at that. I was more looking at having a good time. Okay.
Yeah, but before that. When guys first go through puberty, most guys, they're crushing over one girl. That's the girl. Oh, that's the girl of my dreams. I want her to be this, that, and the next. And usually you get turfed. Usually. And it's after that rejection that men then develop into, okay, cool. I'm not going to chase girls, actually. Instead, I'm going to chase girls, plural. And I'm just going to play the field and nurture this broken heart of mine and do whatever. And then at some point, that gets boring. And they're like, you know what? I've matured. I should actually settle down, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess then we can say pre-teens or teens, early teens, both men and women, boys and girls think about, fairy tales. But that doesn't end for girls. Girls continue to think that way. Like, we just continue to think that way, okay? And if you run into a man who isn't ready for that, and he's just like, I just want to have a good time, and she's like, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, this is my guy, yeah, unfortunately, she's gonna be easy to manipulate. She's gonna be gullible. She's gonna be naive. And for some women, you run into the hands of a man who from young isn't willing to play with you, doesn't want to let you go, sees a future for you, wants to settle down with you. That's great. Or you might be unlucky and you end up pouring into a man for a period of time who doesn't. And then when his true colours come out or his true intentions come out, she's left heartbroken, and then she's back on the market and she might meet another person. And that same thing happens again and again and again. But that's down to the fact that she was more malleable, more gracious, more, do you know what I mean? More positive to a point. Might have then dated a number of people and realised, actually, I'm doing all this, I'm being all of this, and it's getting me nowhere. And it breaks my heart, I'll be very honest. It breaks my heart when I come on social media and I see this same narrative of, we're older guys, we prefer younger women. And it's like, you prefer younger women, but what are you preferring them for? Which is why I asked you, what's his reasons? And his reasons weren't telling me fertility. I'll be happy to hear it. If he said to me fertility, like her ability to have a child does get harder as she gets older. That is a fact. Yeah. If he had said, prefer young women because I want to have kids and I know that older women, there might be some complications, I'd be happy to sit here and be like, you know what, fair enough, man, because I can't argue with that. But if you're sitting there telling me I like 21 to 25-year-olds because she's more malleable, she gives more grace, she's more positive, she hasn't had bad experiences, then that tells me you've got an innocence complex and you actually just want to be the one that dominates the relationship. If you are a man who naturally leads, who naturally has the charisma and the pizzazz and that thing about you, any woman, no matter her age, will let you lead. she will naturally just be like, you know what, he's got this. I can trust him. He's not going to make the wrong decision. He's not going to lead me astray. He's not going to send me down a path of despair and heartbreak. I can entrust this man with my life, with whatever decisions he wants to make. If you're not that kind of guy and you feel like you need to manipulate and control younger girls so that you can still go out and drink and still cheat and whatever, and she's gonna let you do the struggle love thing.
Do you know what it is? It's the duality. I understand the one half, and I'm agreeing with you on the one half, but the other half, you're selling this negative story that is not the truth. Just because a man is choosing to be with a younger woman who's more malleable does not mean that he all of a sudden now has bad intentions. It actually means...
Why would you want a woman that gives you more grace?
So you see the same way that you claim that you want soft life, men want soft life too, even as leaders. They don't want to have to prove something in order to be the leader or the head or whatnot. And they might just want to just be like, oh, cool, look, this person actually already by default is like, yeah, cool, you got this, or they, I don't know. I don't date a younger woman, but I do know how interactions with younger women differ to interactions with women the same age as me and interactions with women that are older than me. I can very easily
You haven't answered my question.
What?
My question is, if you're looking for someone, if you're looking for more grace, why would you be looking for more grace?
If I was looking for more grace, why would I be looking for more grace?
If you're looking for someone to give you grace,
so
why is
the
that?
only example I can give you is that I dated a girl and she had a troubled past and she found it very difficult to let me do very normal things. So from her, if I was with her, I would have required more grace. But actually it got to the point where I was like, this is unbearable because this is ridiculous. Because
Is that grace though? Is that grace, or is that just don't compare me to the previous person? I'm not the previous person.
I mean,
it
was a bit of both. She couldn't give grace because of her past. She wasn't comparing me to that person because I'm nothing like them. But she could not. She
didn't
could not
trust you.
She couldn't act any other different way. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's been hurt. She doesn't trust.
Yeah.
So she's in a relationship with you, but she doesn't trust. That boils down to trust.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the reason why I call it grace is because I've done nothing that would warrant for me to.
But then the flip side, the other side of asking for grace is knowing that, okay, if I make a mistake, she's gonna give me grace. You're saying in your situation it was more she needs to trust me. I've not done anything. She just needs to trust me that I've not done. She needs to believe that I've not done anything. She needs to actually believe me. And she needs to trust me. Asking for grace is the whole, listen, if I make a mistake, are you gonna give me grace? Are you gonna give me allowances? Are you gonna give me the benefit of the doubt? Yeah. So yeah, I guess it depends on how you're defining grace. But for me, based on the other words he used in his explanation as to why, he used the words malleable, which I've already gone through. And I don't think there's any other way that you really can define being malleable, because being malleable is being able to
being able to shape somebody,
shape someone and mold someone. The problem is, though, if the woman wanted to mold the man, there would be an issue with that, because men don't like to be changed. They want to do it themselves. So it's okay for him to want to mold her, but it wouldn't be okay the other way around. Hence why he prefers a younger woman in the first place.
But a lot of women mold their men. A lot of women make their men into their husbands or their whatnot. That's it.
No. We didn't make you into a husband. You chose. We can't make you do anything. We can lead
but some people,
a man to the water. You can lead a horse to the water. I'm not saying a man is a horse, but you can lead a man to the water.
Depends how you're hung, boy.
I mean, you can lead a man to the. Doing it. You
can't even think. Look at her.
You can lead. I know.
She got a horse on the brain.
You can lead. No, I don't.
Huh?
You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink. you can ask a man to do something. You can ask a woman to do something. If they don't want to do it themselves, they're not going to do it. They're not going to change for you.
Yeah.
They have to want to change, right? But the idea of I want this type of person because they're more malleable. I could say the same thing for guys.
Yeah, you could.
As an older woman, I could say I want a younger guy, yeah, because I know that as a younger guy, I can use my feminine powers of persuasion to get certain things. Do you know what I mean? To get him to be a certain type of way because he's younger.
Yeah.
Right? But that would be making an assumption that every young guy is malleable like that, and that's the point I'm trying to make.
But it's not necessarily that they're malleable, it's that they're malleable in that relationship dynamic.
Okay, so but what's the benefits of
so let's put it this way,
having a malleable woman?
Okay.
That's
so as a point, if you're old and wise as I am and you're single and you're obviously experienced in relationships, you know exactly what's not worked out for you, etc., but you have a good idea of what you know works, what you think works in a relationship, what you want from a partner, and etc., then somebody who's malleable is someone who you're able to work with to make these things happen. Essentially, you're like, okay, cool. Now you're pretty much there, but like if you was just a little bit more like this, a little bit more like that, you know, cool. Yeah, not very resistant to that. Okay, cool. Let's roll. That's malleable.
Okay, fair enough. I still think it's an element of control. For an older person, more than 10 years, man or woman, to want to have a more malleable, like they want the younger person because they think that person's more malleable. That to me is screaming. They like the idea of being able to control that person and make that person into what they want them to be, as opposed to just accepting. And I'm not saying accepting like just accept anything. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just liking that person or loving that person for who they actually are, not because, I can shape shift them into what I want them to be, if that makes sense. There's a difference in where two people, we both want to grow together and I want to grow with you, that kind of thing, where you're both trying to mold your relationship together into what you want it to be, to no, if I go for that person because that person is more likely to be malleable, they're someone that I can shape, I can mold them. That's what he said. He's saying she's more likely to be malleable, not she's more likely to be willing to do XYZ for our relationship. No, she's the malleable one. She's the object. That's my issue with, that's what I'm trying to say. It gives me predator vibes. It gives me control vibes. It's not looking good in my books. And actually, when I looked at the comments, there was even guys in the comments saying, "Bro, that's not it." You know, like, bro, that's not it. Because don't you want someone who can use her own brain, not someone that is like almost like yes master type vibes? Don't you want someone who you can both together, you know? But I'm tired of this narrative. I really am, especially because I was that younger woman who was more malleable, who was more gracious, who was more, I guess you can say, positive. I think I'm positive now. Considering what I've been through, I still think I'm positive when it comes to relationship. I know I'm still very naive. I'm still very romance, fairy tales, like it's still in there. But I was that girl back in the day, and it didn't do me any favors. It didn't help. It didn't make my dating experience any better. If anything, it just led to me being used. And unfortunately, I have spoken to other women, not just in their 30s, even in their 20s, like post 25, who say the same thing. Like sometimes there's actually no benefit to being the good girl because it doesn't get you anywhere. Sometimes being that bitch is what gets you to where you want to be in the first place in terms of marriage and settling down. So this whole narrative of younger girls are more this, that and the other, I just think it's ridiculous. Just say that you like younger girls because you think that they look more innocent, they've not had as much experience, so you get to rock their world because they don't have experience. They're more feminine, they're more fertile. Just say that, and that's just say that. Don't try and make it seem like older women are not more malleable, we're not more positive, we're not more this and that. Yes, we're wiser. Yes, we've had experiences. Yes, we enter the dating scene with that wisdom. But that doesn't mean that we're not capable of being positive and giving you a peaceful experience with relationship, because we give what we get. That's the difference.
I
A
agree.
younger woman's going to keep giving even though you're giving. Yeah, and an older woman's gonna give what she gets, and that's the problem. And some men, they don't like that. They don't like the fact that older women are less likely to accept crap. I don't want struggle love. Miss me with that. And I think that's what the problem is. I think that men that talk like that, that's what the problem is, to be honest. And a real man would not be walking around saying, I like younger girls because they're more malleable.
No, man,
I could be gracious.
I don't know.
I could be great. I'm gracious now. But if you,
it's the attack on his masculinity, though. What it is. It's the attack on his masculinity. Do you know what it is? Yeah, for me.
What attack on his masculinity?
He said, "Oh, real men, da 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 da."
Yeah. Real men don't need to walk around saying that.
This is my thing. Is like where there's so many double standards when it comes to choose the love that you love, etc., etc. But it must fit within the confines of what I deem acceptable. Also,
no, he can like younger women. I didn't say he can't like younger women.
Yeah, but then it was an attack on his masculinity that he likes younger women.
I'm talking about his reasoning, not the fact that he likes younger women. What I'm trying to say is come with reasons that make sense. That's what I'm saying.
I think those reasons do make sense, though. I don't subscribe to them, but I do think that they make sense.
Just come with reasons that make sense. Don't come and start saying, don't do that, because there's people that think with logic, and they're going to be like, you know what? I hear that, but I'm seeing right through it, and this is what I'm seeing. And that's exactly what happened in the comments. Like, there were men that were like, bro, you just want a girl you can control. Not even coming from the girls, you know? Yeah. And I was like, I can see it too, you know? But if it comes from, the funny thing is, I feel like with a lot of men, if it was coming from another guy, they're more likely to hear it. If it comes from a woman, it's, she's the type of girl, she's going to struggle to find a man because that's how she thinks. Shut up, man. If your bro said that to you, you'd be fine with it. If a woman says it, it's a problem. Make it make sense. I've said exactly the same thing as that, and you've just agreed. Like I said, yeah, it's control. When I said that earlier, you was like, no. What is it? Like, do you know what I mean? I just think that fundamentally, his reasons cool, but don't make it seem like older women don't have those qualities.
But I don't think he said anything about older women not having those qualities.
No. He doesn't have to. He done it by omission because they asked him.
Yeah.
He said he prefers women between 21 and 25 compared to everyone else. That's the age group he likes.
Yeah.
They asked him why. He said they are more this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So by omission, he's saying they are more likely to have those attributes than older women. That's by omission.
But he's not saying that older women are not these things.
I feel like what is happening is, what a lot of people are not realizing is the younger generation, maybe back in the day, we can say these things and it would probably be true that, yeah, younger women are more XYZ. But in the generation we are in now, because of social media, a lot of younger girls are actually displaying these attributes that older women might have, like the negativity, or do you know what I mean? Like those things that he was insinuating, that a younger woman's more positive, she doesn't have as many bad experiences, so you know she's not gonna be as negative about relationship and stuff. But when you go on Twitter or you go on TikTok and stuff, a lot of these younger girls are spewing men are trash, men are trash, men are trash, men are this, men are that. They're the ones that are really pioneering this conversation, this male bashing thing. They're really driving it forward, and you're getting a lot of older women saying, listen, girls, you can't talk like that and expect to get a man. You need to show your more feminine side. You can't be masculine. You need to let a man lead. You need to da-da-da. But we come online and you get men saying younger women are more this, more that. That's not actually true. I know what I've been through, innit? And when I hear things like that, I'm just like, I was that young 20-something-year-old who was controlled and manipulated and taken advantage of. And it didn't do me any justice because here I am today and I am single. Do you know what I mean? That guy he didn't do right by me. I'm not bitter about it, but it does make me, when I hear men talk like that about younger women, it does make me think, wow, like it's guys like you that did what happened to me, if that makes sense. And I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying about, you know, your explanations around what those things could mean in a more positive, from a more positive outlook. But at the same time, you didn't go for a younger woman. You married someone around your age.
Of
Do you see
course,
what
yeah,
I'm
but that's
saying?
because
So yeah, but if she's around your age, there's no huge age
no, I mean,
disparity
no, yeah,
between
but I mean, I've
you,
always dated my
and
age or
it goes to
upwards.
show it, right. So if you had let me land, what I was gonna say was this whole narrative around younger women being preferred for whatever reason is not even your reality.
No, I agree, but
Do you know what I'm
but
saying? So it's like I'm very mindful that we need to be more honest about reality, about what is actually, because I don't want to feed into the typical conversations that
I
are
hear
happening
you,
on
I hear you,
social
but
media. In our realities, this podcast is we're real. I would like to think that we bring our real selves here.
yeah,
So that's why I had to say, listen, all this younger women, I'm an older woman. I still get moved to at the same rate, if not more, than when I was younger.
but he wasn't saying
As an
that
older
people don't get
woman.
moved to it, and that's what I'm saying. Like
No,
even in my
but the whole
truth,
argument that younger women are more desirable, I think it just needs to be
yeah,
scrapped.
but he
Like
didn't
it needs
say
to be
that. He
scrapped
didn't
because
say
it's not
that.
the reality.
He didn't say
By
that.
him saying he prefers a younger age group, he's saying the others are not desirable
To
to him.
him as an individual, he wasn't trying to
To
speak
him.
like profoundly about women. Before dating my now wife, I dated a girl. She was probably the youngest girl I've actually like dated, as in like not just oh yeah like a little hookup whatever, like actually kind of hung around. And that was the distinct difference, was that she was way more like whatever you say kind of vibe, like way more. And had it not have been for the fact that ultimately it wasn't the right time for me and she wasn't actually what I was looking for, it was just circumstance, then I would have been like, oh yeah, that'd be great, because then it just presents itself as a much easier relationship. Me
And
knowing,
why is it more easier?
because I know that there's nothing that I want to do.
That she's not gonna wanna.
No, as in like I know that I'm not on madness, if you know what I mean. Like if I'm at the stage where I'm grown, I'm just trying to live my life. If I'm looking for a wife, I'm just trying to find a wife. I'm not trying to do, you know, oh, I'm cheating and I'm sleeping with this one, blah blah blah. But I had gone through dating loads of girls who were my age mates, who were very much like trying to catch me out. Oh, you're talking to who's this, who's that, etc., etc. And I'm like, bruv, relax, like nothing I go on. Whereas that other girl, easy peasy. In fact, she wouldn't even have cared if I did, because she was that. The difference was that night and day sort of thing.
Everyone's entitled to their preferences. My message isn't that guys should like older women. If you like younger women who are above the age of consent, then that's you. Like, that's cool. Everyone's entitled to like what they like. That's fine. But be honest with yourself about the reasons. And if you're a nice guy or a good guy, like my co-host, where you know you have no ill intentions, but you just prefer a younger woman because genuinely you feel like you can build with them better than an older woman, fair enough. But if you're preferring younger women because you want to control them, or you want to have a say and feel like that's the only way you can really and truly lead a relationship, then sounds like I'm doing the whole toxic masculinity thing. To look at yourself seriously and think, why is that? Why is it that I feel like I can only lead if I'm dating a younger woman? Why is it that I feel like I'm only in control if I'm dating a younger woman? What are your intentions deep down? Because actually, if you have true intentions and you're kind-hearted and you mean well for that woman, her age won't really matter outside of her physical, and her ability to have children won't really matter. Do you know what I mean? So that's my closing feelings and thoughts around that. And also anyone that try and tell me, oh yeah, she's older, she's gonna struggle, listen, I don't struggle, and Venom can attest to that. When I go out, I don't struggle. I can never be me. Can never be me. It can never, and it has never been me. Okay, I'm picky. I've come to accept that, and we can talk about that.
She's definitely picky. But this is what I said about women. Is this not what I said? Y'all are choosy. That's what I said.
I am choosy.
Y'all out here choosy.
But you know what? It's not like these guys are not meeting. Like the guys that I've been picky about, yeah, they're lovely guys. Don't get me wrong. But aesthetically, it's what it is. Like I'm just not attracted to them.
Yeah, which I hear. I hear that.
And,
I hear that. That's essential.
I would be doing a disservice to them if I entered into a relationship with them without being attracted to them, because it means that eventually I will meet someone who I am attracted to. And because I don't have problems getting the attention of guys that I like, I don't want to be that person.
Mm.
Yeah.
Predicament, boy. This or that.
Lie.
Well, okay. Well, that's been a bit of a wild ride this episode, but we made it to the end. If you're still with us, thank you very much for staying along. Hope you've hit the subscribe button. We did challenge you last time that if you are not subscribed and you're not gonna subscribe, to at least leave a comment and tell us why. What can we do better to make this place somewhere where you want to stay? So, if anything, if you like the younger girls, let us know in the comments. If you like the older girls, let us know in the comments, or the guys, whatever. But yeah, as I said, if you want this to be a place that you want to subscribe, but you haven't done it yet, let us know what will push you over the edge to push the button. And so yeah, our socials are down below. I've been Venom. She's been Dammy to the Zane. And we've been Unpicked. Until next time. Peace.